Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Okay, so I just want to go over that you guys can send me a $10 super chat with your question, and I will pause the live reading or the collective reading, and I'll address your personal question, okay? All right. Then also, thank you guys, everybody who's donated to the channel and who sent super chats, who have really made it so that I'm able to be able to be here for you. You know, if it ever gets to a point where I can't afford to be here, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so thank you for everybody that supported me. Also, I'm having a lot of shadow banning on this channel being done, and I just want to report this to YouTube, but I also want to report this to the people that, if you truly fuck with me, if you truly care about me, then if you see anybody else using my messages on their channel or whatever, basically copying me word for word, please report them. Please report their videos. I just ask that you do that so that the messages can stay the way that they are, and so that they're not perverted and just twisted by somebody else's mouth. Okay. You want to be able to hear the message as it comes from God and the Holy Spirit through me. Okay. To you. And again, a lot of these messages, these are specifically for the people that are coming in the chat, specifically for the people that will be watching my videos. They're really not for everybody. And so that's another reason why everything that I say on my channel is copyrighted. Okay. And so if you see anybody else saying the same things that I say and trying to be me, please report this copycat hoe. Okay. Please report every single video that they have. Anything with my name in the title, just report it as misinformation, because at this point, them stealing my words word for word and then using them in their messages, that is misinformation, because they're not understanding. They don't have the spiritual gifts and abilities needed to know what that message actually means. They're just repeating fucking words, and they don't know what the message actually means and the interpretation of it and how it was supposed to be applied to life. So again, I just want to remind any copycat hoe that is copying my messages and stealing my work and shadow banning me, whether you work for YouTube or whether you're another reader, I've already called judgment and justice upon your soul and your wretched ass human life as well. I mean, fucking get some intuition and go make up your own messages. Do not steal from me. If you steal from me, you will be caught. Eventually, you will be caught, and I will take you to court and I will sue you for that. I have literally a lawyer already on retainer for this shit. So try me. Try me. All right. So anyways, make sure you're familiar. Again, I'm going to put in my legal disclaimer that, where's my pen? That anybody that tries, I'm just going to add to this. Give me 1 second. All right, let's try this new one. Okay, so make sure you're familiar with my legal disclaimer is this top portion here, but you'll find that in the description box below. Okay, but by watching my videos, you're agreeing to first of all, you're agreeing that you have read the legal disclaimer, that you understand it, and that you adhere to follow by it. If not, you should not be watching my videos. Okay? That is period. Again, if you're not going to follow the rules, do not come here, because God and the Holy Spirit live here, and we're not putting up with anybody's bullshit. This has been all been going on for long enough. Okay? So, by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. That means being responsible with the information being channeled. If anything comes up in the areas of law, health, finance, whatever, make sure that you are seeking those professionals in the field of that advice before applying any advice at tarot that you get in tarot land to your life. Okay? Be on your best behavior, because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. Whether you believe in that or not, that's actually the truth of the matter. So, just watch, check yourself, watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. All right, by watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes shadow banning and copywriting my messages. Everything that's said on this platform is copyrighted. Do not steal my messages from God and the Holy Spirit. You're not, because it's not stealing it from me, it's stealing it from God and the Holy Spirit. And then anybody that's doing that takes word for word what comes out of my mouth, and then they go to their platform and they start saying that. If any of you come across anybody doing this, please report their videos for copyright. Okay? All right, I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to shadow ban me, silence me, steal my messages, mess with my content, or steal my destiny will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger, and do not harm the prophets of God. Okay, now we're going to do the prayer. Welcome in, angel guides. Okay, so I ask that the Most High God come be with us now. I ask that the Holy Spirit be with us now. I ask that the archangels come be with us now. Please block out anyone or anything and the ascended masters and our ancestors. Please block out anything or anyone that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for the safety and protection of all of my subscribers. I ask now, as I call upon God's favor, to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on earth. I am eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. And I also pray that my shadow become my channel become unshadow banned. I also pray, God, that you show no mercy to anybody that's doing this to me, because they're messing with my income and they're messing with my ability to be stable and to have money and to just be able to live my life. And honestly, this is just about giving messages, but all of it is important. So I ask God that you avenge me and that you send avenging angels to anybody copywriting my messages and anybody that's shadow banning this channel. I ask that you avenge me, and I pray that you do this. And I remind you of the promises for the chosen, that if my messages get drowned out by everybody else trying to repeat my messages and copycat me, then nobody's going to get the correct message unless they come straight to me. So please make sure that these people are severely punished for what they have been doing. Again, God, I ask that you show no mercy to these people, because they are not showing any mercy to me, and they're not showing any mercy to anybody else that's alive on this planet by perverting my messages and twisting them up and messing them up completely. Yeah, I just ask that you do this for me, God, personally. Make this person's life fall away. And then all false readers on YouTube, I pray, God, please let everybody wake up to the false readers on YouTube, and please expose them, and please get them to go do the divine life purpose that they were given at birth and at the time that you knew them before their birth. Please just get these people into alignment. I know that's what I'm here to do, but please push them in a way that they need to get into alignment. Okay. So yeah, you guys, if you see anybody copying my videos, talking smack about me, or just literally stealing my messages verbatim, word for word, please report them to whatever YouTube police there is. And yeah, if you do that for me, God will make sure that you guys are not copied. Really? Spider, Warlock, Witch? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, werewolf magic came up in my reading yesterday, which is very interesting because it's I consider it to kind of be like Odin's magic, but Odin, so there's two types of berserkers. There's the type of berserker that is a bear, and those are the ones of Odin, and then the ones that are wolves are the berserkers of Thor. But yeah, absolutely. Zeus cursed Lycaon into a werewolf, and then Romulus and Remus, in ancient Rome, their story was they were basically raised by a she werewolf. Okay. So are these aunt and cousins your adopted family, angel guides, or are they your do you know your biological family? Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy there when you said neighbors. Yeah, they are frauds for sure. When you said neighbors, angel guys, I got a big notification off of that. I do feel that your aunt and cousins have done something, but that energy has been reversed. It's been returned back to them, and they're having to deal with that. So I don't know if they're going to try to do anything again in the future, but I do feel like your neighbors have not been dealt with. And you've judgment on the bottom. You've got at least one neighbor, angel guides, that's very afraid of you. I don't know if you know who this person is, but you've got one, it's a feminine, an older energy, maybe it's 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. There's a neighbor that you have that seems like a witch, okay? She knows that you have sniffed her out, and like, which just means that you've been able to sense her in some type of way, and she's very afraid of you. So I'm going to put the judgment down because today we're calling judgment. Um, so the title of this is like, these people want you to show mercy to them. Like, this is like specifically for you guys. These people want you to show mercy to them when, for both of you, when they never showed any mercy to you. Mercy is given to those who are merciful. Okay. That's how mercy works. Mercy and grace, they want you to give them grace because they've been stealing from you. They've been doing witchcraft on you. They literally want you to give them grace about this. And I'm telling you, if you give these people grace, they will steal your destiny, they will steal your life, and they will try to live it. And then you'll be the one that's energetically oppressed again. Because angel guys, I feel like your chakras are starting to recuperate and actually recover from what your aunt and cousins were doing. And so I feel like continue to rest, continue to relax. And then as long as this neighbor of yours does not send any negative energy to you, angel guides, they may be able to stay where they're at and be okay. But if this neighbor of yours decides to send some negative energy to you, I really feel like another practitioner has already warned this person about you, that you are not to be messed with. Because if they do, God's not going to show no mercy to these people. Yeah, return to sender. Absolutely. And that's not cursing anybody. That's just saying that I am not going to clear your karma. See, the reason your cousins and aunt were sending the energy is because they wanted your destiny and they wanted you to take on their karma. No. Especially if this is adopted family. What in the literal fuck? That is not how things work. That's just not okay. Now, for being one that has been through adoption, I definitely know that you can clear genetic curses off of your adoptive family, but you don't share the same DNA makeup as these people. So, okay, your mom's brothers, wives, and kids. Yeah, they're into witchcraft. Yeah, it's your aunt. Absolutely. Of course, you don't do spells. Real divine feminines don't practice magic. We know that it's going to backfire, just like it's just dumb. Like, we may burn candles and pray, but beyond that, we're not going to go chant some shit. We're not going to the graveyard. Divine feminines don't do shit like that. Yeah, Hierophant groups trying to turn you into an experiment. Yes. Well, at least you know that they are experimenting on you. I know that they've been experimenting on me for a very long time. They find spiritual people, and then they just start all this crap. So yeah, they're up under judgment. Anybody stealing messages, anybody stealing content, anybody being unmerciful, like these people attacked you without any grace or mercy. And they, on the return to sender, they're getting their energy back to them, and they're like, have mercy, have mercy. The energy they conjured up was not the energy of mercy. It was the energy of spiritual attack, because you're the chosen one in the family, even though you're not even genetically related to these people, which is why I said makes no sense. You know, you're the chosen one in the family. You could break generational curses for your adopted family, but why? Why would you break any curses off of them when they continually create more curses? It's like, you don't need to go behind these people and clean up after them. They're adults, or, you know, even though they don't act like adults, they are adults. Okay. So it's like, you're getting justice, and you will get justice. Also, the people stealing from you on YouTube. I have somebody that works for YouTube that steals behind the scenes. Your time is up here. If YouTube is still employing any illegal immigrants, you're up under judgment, and you will be reported to the Better Business Bureau. I can promise you that, because there's people that are abusing their jobs. I do think that they think that this is what I think that they think, angel guides. I think that they believe that you returning the energy back to them was you attacking them. That's what they're thinking. They're not recognizing that this is the energy that they conjured up and that they sent to you. See, these people are trying to use you as some type of, and same thing with you, Ragnarok, as some type of freaking scapegoat, which is wild. Almost ablaze, still they won't feel the heat. Welcome in, Allegory 628. Sorry if I ever pronounce your guys' screen names wrong. But yeah, so I feel like what you're dealing with your family members is that they don't recognize that this is their own energy, and that your lineage, your ancestors do not care. Like, they are appreciative that these people adopted you, but beyond that, they don't care about these people's lives. So yeah, the return to sender, they got them crying like a damn victim. And this is exactly what continues to happen. They're crying and whining like they're the victim, but they're the one that did this. They started it. You know, you remember when we were all in school? Well, I don't know about Canada, but I do know in the United States, when we were in school as kids, whoever started the fight was the one that got in trouble. So if you threw the first punch, if you harassed another kid, or if you bullied them, that would be the person that got in trouble. It's like these people have bullied you consistently, experimented on you, done a whole bunch of shit, and trying to use you as some type of scapegoat for their crimes, for their spiritual crimes and their physical crimes, because still they're doing it in the physical. Even though it is spiritual work, they're doing it in the physical. So yeah, those spiritual crimes. And again, it's illegal to put hoodoo, voodoo, whatever the fuck. It's illegal to put this shit on people. So there's gonna be some type of case that happens in the court system that's going to create laws for people that protect people that have spiritual abilities. And it's also going to create laws against people that use spiritual tools to attack and invade others. Yes, this is why I was wondering the other day why they were sacrificing black animals, but I definitely feel like it has to do with what you're talking about, with why they are trying to they're trying to take your cat out, Ragnarok. Yeah. You know what? Everybody that owns a black cat is not a witch. I don't consider you to be a witch or a warlock in any way. Okay. Warlock is somebody that has been kicked out of a coven because they've abused the laws of that coven. But yeah, I don't consider you to be that at all. And so just because you have, and this is the difference. Okay. So there are people that have spiritual abilities, and those that use theirs for like positive, for good, to create balance, even to create justice, okay, when it's necessary, right? If there was a big injustice that was done, that to me, that's like white magic. That's I consider those people that use their gifts and abilities to help other people to be healers. Even though people will classify them as a white witch, they're really a healer, okay? Anybody that's abusing their spiritual abilities to harm other people, that is considered somebody who's a witch. So that's what I consider witches and warlocks, is to be people that use their gifts to hurt people. Yeah, whatever happens behind this, and not just in the dark, but behind the scenes, because this is really shit that's going on behind the scenes. And again, whoever these people are, Ragnarok, to you, these people that are trying to destiny swap, you have an entire group of people trying to destiny swap. That is some shit that will never make sense to me. How is 30 plus men going to share the destiny of one individual? I don't know. You have 2 black cats and a black dog. Oh, did one of your pets die? This is so, again, if any of your your pets, cats, dogs get sick or they pass away, that is an indication that somebody is attacking you heavily with witchcraft. And what that's telling you is that they're trying to remove your God-given protection, because most likely God brought you to these animals. This is why you're getting justice, you guys. Why judgment's been called, and you're going to get justice. And again, I know I'm going to get justice. Whoever's been shadow banning this channel, I'm going to be writing an email to YouTube about the shadow banning and about the people that work for YouTube. Again, they're being warned right now. This person is in the 9 of Swords. As we speak in this moment, they tried to do something to you last night. They tried to do something to get you imprisoned last night, or to get you locked away. I don't know what this is, but they tried to do some type of magic, okay? Not like they went to a police officer and made a false report. No, that's not what this is. This is somebody who is grieving. They're suffering. They're in pain because they went into the spiritual realm, tried to do some shit with black magic to have your destiny. And since all of you guys have made contact with me and you made contact with God, you're heavily being watched by the spiritual realm. Exactly. Return to sender. This return to sender could take one of their pets out, which is unfortunate. But if they're using their pets as a shield to protect them from the backfire, I mean, truly a return to sender is a backfire. And the funny thing is that these people thought that you sent something to them, so they tried to send it back. When you do a return to sender on somebody, it's impossible for them to send that energy back to you, because you were not the one that sent it in the first place. That's how return to senders work. So now these people can't get rid of this energy, and they don't know what to do. They're overwhelmed by their promise. Yeah, they don't like animals. They don't, if they and again, I'm picking up those people that sacrifice a black animal. I don't know why they did that, but they did that because they thought that they were going to get something out of it. They thought that they would get something from you, and that you would be, and that this, like, these people fucking think that magic is like Harry Potter or something. Like, you wave a wand and then somebody goes to jail when you want them to. I don't know. I've got to turn on the fan. So, started my reading a little bit late today. It's hot in this room, but yeah, these people, man, it's truly sad. Truly sad. Calling in positivity. So yeah, this 8 of Swords energy, they're going to jail. This is justice for you. And again, this could be a spiritual prison, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be a physical prison. They did something to try to get you locked up in the spiritual realm. I feel like the truth may never, like, these people may never admit what they did to you or confront you. Okay. But I think that for me, I've never felt like I've gotten justice on any of the stuff that's happened to me. And so I have to release that feeling for justice to come in. So what I'm going to say is, know that the truth will come out. Welcome in, Wajet AA. Know that the truth will come out, but don't be waiting for it. Know that you know the truth, and God knows the truth, and the Holy Spirit and all of your teams, they know the truth. So basically, the longer that these witches and warlocks stay in the dark about what's going on is probably the better anyways. Because if they find out that this was a return to sender, they may try to send something else to you, thinking that because they don't believe that God exists. I mean, these witches don't really believe in God, or they wouldn't do this type of crap. But yeah, they wanted to transfer your destiny into their bloodline, and it's a hell no. It's a welcome. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's a hell no on that. Yeah, cats in the limelight. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, everybody wants something they might not get. It's not just that they might not get, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get your destiny. Like I said, it's impossible to steal somebody's destiny. These people are just, they think that God is slow or dumb or something, which I'm sorry, God, for saying that. But these people obviously think that you're retarded and slow, which is not the case, because this person, they tried to do this last night and boom, backfired. They're in the 8 of Swords, which means they're in a spiritual prison. I even feel like this person has tried to project themselves, astral project themselves into your dreams and into your house. Okay. They feel like because they've been around your house before, they've been near it or whatever, wherever you stay at, that they're able to do this during the night. When I tell you that you are a spiritual fucking gangster in the sleep, I'm not joking. You guys are. You guys, whoever these people are that they tried to send to you, you folded them up like a fucking armchair and put their ass away. In the spiritual realm, literally, or in the astral when they tried to do this to you. Yeah, they try to send people, they project to you because they want to know where you're at, what you're doing. Even if, and this is the thing, these people are not going back to their bodies. Okay. So your ancestors are protecting you now to the point where these people that decided to leave their bodies and come into your reality, now they're trapped. This 8 of Swords, they're trapped completely. Of course, this was their own doing, but still, they're not going back to their bodies. It's the people that are going to, the spiritual being that's going to be inside these people's bodies are your guys' ancestors. That literally is your ancestors. So yeah, you'll probably never experience these souls again because God's had enough. What I say, they're in purgatory, they're in hell. Their souls have been already taken to hell. They are very, very unapologetic about what they've done. Again, these people are jumping into denial and swimming upstream in that motherfucker. Like, obviously the Nile goes downstream. No, these people, they get into the denial river and they just paddle upstream against the water. So yeah, this was definitely the devil. This devil, whatever entity this is also trapped. I see this entity like curled up in a ball crying because you mollywopped their ass in the middle of the night. You could have found that you overslept a little bit today. It was because you were warring in the spirit. Anytime that you oversleep a little bit, it could be because you're warring with something in the spirit. Yeah, no, I don't think that they will confess. To be quite honest, I feel like you're going to get resolved without their confession, but I've only had like 2. I've been attacked by so many people, but I've only had 2 people confess that they attacked me, and they did it through Facebook Messenger, and they just said, like, I'm cursing you. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are. So that's why I don't accept messages on Messenger from people that I don't know, because they'll, again, very foolish ass people that so yeah, I don't feel like they will even ask for an apology. Yeah, if you feel like you're ready to take another nap, just go ahead and do that. Restore your energy, stock up your energy. Now, when you're sleeping, if you guys are feeling a tugging on your energy, or if you're feeling your energy leave your body, I want you to start learning how to sleep where you're going within before you fall asleep. You're making connection to that God force energy within you, and then you're staying connected to that. Okay. Nobody will, when you're connected to God, people could siphon as much energy as they want, but it's not going to work. Like, the energy that comes from God is meant to work for you and not for that person. And so they can steal it, but they can't hold on to it. Eventually it will return back to you. Of weird tunnels that you were offing people in so many different ways, and you slept in. So yeah, I'm picking up that the tunnels that you were going through are these tunnels that exist in the middle of the moon. They're like inside the moon. Last night was strange battles and tunnels. Yeah, you were possibly battling on the moon. And the whole werewolf thing. Oh, I got chills now. Whoa. Yes. So those tunnels are kind of like stargates that exist inside the moon, and they lead you to Earth. So, yeah, the body of a woman. Wow. And you're painted full of blood. Wow. Wow. That's dope. So you definitely were tapping into another lifetime. It's funny how when we go to sleep, our higher self will come through us and then give us an experience or give us extra protection by being with us that way. And we go into another lifetime where we experience kind of the same type of people, the same type of energy. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. This is about your work, them wanting to copy off of you and them wanting to destroy your progress. Like, it's not just about your physical, whatever you do for a job, but it's more like the spiritual work that you do on yourself. And I'm sure that I feel like you were a Native American woman in your dream, Ragnarok. Or some type of Native American woman. I don't know specifically which type, but that's what because I'm seeing feathers. I'm seeing feathers in the hair. And then you having, were those things? Not a hatchet, tomahawk. You had a tomahawk. Yeah. So again, these people are up. You're getting justice for this devil energy. Your hard work is going to stay with you. These people are not going to be tainting what you do. Because really, any copycat that's copying you or trying to copy me and trying to copy our dreams specifically, they're already in the wrong. They're working with the devil. So it's like whatever they create is going to be perverted and incorrect. It's not going to be the accurate message, I guess. Wow. Wow, your adopted family is Native American. Wow, that definitely makes sense. So the thing is that it's literally not all of your adopted family. So I don't want you to feel like you can't be around these people, just specifically your aunts and your cousins. I would stay away from them because I feel like if you got around them, they would try to take a hair tie or some object that you've used to do magic on it. But again, anything that they do from now on is going to be returned to them. In fact, dark hair, you noticed. Okay. Yeah, I feel like all you have to do is speak, return to sender. Like whatever this energy is, return to sender and it goes back. So they wanted to have you not able to do your work. They wanted to have you not able to go in and do your shadow work and your spiritual work, because these people are basically, oh, your blood family is Native American. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Because I was definitely not seeing Native American with your adopted family, but I don't know what all Native Americans look like. So again, there could be white Native Americans that we just don't know about, or people that, I mean, there's white Mexicans I've seen. There's just different like white people that are of different nationalities that, you know, resemble Caucasian. But yeah, so they wanted you in this Nine of Swords. This is what they were going to do to your energy. They can't do this to your energy. Okay, yeah, there's a very loving energy coming from God. Like literally, this is like a loving energy that's showing mercy to you, but it's not showing any mercy to this other person. So they're going to be in the Nine of Swords, which means this person, I'm also picking up on, they feel very sick because you flushed the word entity into the toilet. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Wow. Wow. So that's very significant to me. Flushing any type of entity down the toilet, that's very significant to me. Okay, the toilet is something that was created by Belphegor. Belphegor is the demon of sloth, aka laziness, or yeah, being lazy basically. So, but the toilet also can be used to take things out of your life. So basically, yeah, that happened in the tunnel. So basically, you were flushing this out of your life, which is good because it's getting out of your system. Um, if you guys like, I know that there's a technique that you can use where you take blessed salt and you put it in the toilet and you flush it, and it will literally clear, you know, the energy. Also, you can take a garlic clove and flush that, and it will clear your toilet of the negative energy that is attached to poop. There's also a demon that every time you take a shit, this demon likes to take the energy of the shit. I know that sounds weird, and use it, and they'll even give you abundance for it. And so I feel like these entities that do that are always hanging around toilets, so it's very significant to me. um Lebanese and Irish, wow. Wow, I knew somebody when I was growing up that was from Lebanon. Really, really nice guy, and his brother, just a great family. And Irish, wow, what a combination. What a combination. Lebanese and Irish, those are so totally different genetics there. So yeah, this devil energy is it's very intimidated by you. This person's carrying now a 10 of wands, but this is the whole point. They were trying to put this 10 of wands on you, and again, their life is a constant battle. They never seem to get a break. Their heart is extremely heavy. Okay. They doubt their own worth. They're overwhelmed and overcommitted. They're being tested. There's no rest from the burdens. That's because they decided to align themselves with the devil. Okay. And maybe there's some type of witchcraft practice that involves a group of people where they can do positive work. Again, I consider that to be healers and light workers, people that use their abilities to heal the planet and other people, and they work with herbs and stuff. But people that work with goofer dust and whatever else this other shit is, all of these things they've been working with have burdened them, not you. And this is all because of what they don't want you starting this work. I'm not kidding. When I look at this guy, I see him starting a work. I see him starting a new job. They don't want you to work on yourself. Why? Because if you go in and you heal the trauma that they know about, then they have no way to connect to you in the future, because that trauma that you guys trauma bonded and shared will be no longer there if you go within and heal it. That's why these people are so afraid of you doing the work, because when you do the work, it will heal. I don't think that they know that it's because of what they did to you. I think that I really feel like all of this started on somebody lying about you, saying that you were taking gifts from them or something. I mean, whatever they said to the spiritual realm's like, shut the fuck up. They were not wanting to listen to that. Total lies. I don't know what that is that keeps flying in here. Angels, just protect everything. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. You should definitely add that to your book. That would be very interesting. But yeah, this is like how you're going to also heal generational karma and trauma. It's just by staying in alignment and by doing the work. It says it, and this is so funny, it reminds me of Belphegor, but there is no get rich quick path for you. And I don't feel like, I feel like, well, I feel like you're a shaman also, angel guides. You guys have been shamans many, many times. And so that's the specific knowledge that they want. But again, these people think that they're walking around with it. They feel like they're entitled to your energy, to your time, and to your destiny, which is super strange. All right, now these two just fell. I'm going to pick them up the way that they fell. And can we get them on the table today, please? Okay, so they could have started doing this to you when you were in the Page of Pentacles energy. Okay, so they could have started doing this to you when you were a young adult, maybe in your 20s or 30s. Or maybe you're in your 30s now, but they started this when you were in a Page energy. They definitely, yes, absolutely. And that's Ragnarok. That's most likely going to be the theme the rest of your life, is them wanting that energy, because it's big energy. It's a huge destiny. It's like people wanting my destiny, but not understanding that I have to deal with demons and karmic energy and empathic shit and all this other stuff that makes it not very fun to do what I'm doing. Well, I love doing what I'm doing. It's just, the shit that's going on in the spiritual realm is not fun. This is definitely about your inheritance, what comes from God, what God's given you, and what your God-given abilities are for. And literally, this is about you using your God-given abilities to make money. Also, somebody's afraid that with this star energy, you're going to outshine them. Yeah, probably about 16 or 17. I'm getting that your gifts opened at 13, but they didn't notice it until you were 16. So yeah, this star energy, this is your energy. This is part of your spiritual inheritance from the Most High God, and that is something that cannot be stolen. If you look at, Beyonce's alleged intentional destiny swap with Aaliyah, you can see that destiny swap does not work. The only thing she got was cursed with having to live with Jay-Z. Like literally, that's the only thing that she got. She didn't get Aaliyah's destiny because Aaliyah was in movies. She was in the vampire something. She was a vampire queen in one of the vampire movies. And you don't see Beyonce being an actress. So again, Aaliyah, so even though they did what they did, it was for nothing. It was just because the devil told them to do some stupid shit and they decided to do that. And they took an innocent person's life. And now they're pretty much going to have to deal with the guilt of that for the rest of their life. But they've done it obviously to many more people, stolen their style, their swag and all that. But again, this is why these people can't stay continuously successful, because they're not authentic. And that's why more and more people every day turn away from these celebrities. They targeted you in your and misdiagnosed you. Wow. Jeez. Oh my God. That is crazy. So yeah. And then being aware that they will, this is just how people control other people, is they'll tell people they're crazy and they need to take medication, right? They thought you were the beast of Revelations. The beast of Revelations is not even a person. What the fuck are they talking about? That is funny. It's like definitely a dragon-like kind of creature. Definitely not a person. I mean, do you have 7 heads? No, I don't think that you do. Wow. People are so weird. They take the apocryphal part of the Bible, and I don't know what they're doing to interpret it, but they really, really need to stop calling people the Antichrist that are not the Antichrist. And they need to stop calling people the devil and all this type of shit. Even though somebody could be evil and working with the devil energy, they are not the devil. So people need to stop with that shit, labeling other people like that. It's crazy. Yeah, these people thought that you were extremely foolish, that you were unaware of yourself, and that basically you're unstable, that you would be unstable to get this spiritual inheritance. Yeah, see, they started doing this shit a long time ago, which is very, very bizarre to me, because it's just a lie, an evangelical lie. Yeah. Yeah. Fulfilling the exactly. Oh, and I looked up John. It was the quote that you told me yesterday, and it was about people being born of God. I looked that up. That was an amazing, amazing Bible passage. So yeah, I feel like that applies to this situation, but almost every lifetime, like being a child of God. So yeah, these people were very foolish. This was such a horrible idea to do to you. They thought that you were just literally walking along blindly, that all of this energy that they were going to steal from you, that you wouldn't miss and you wouldn't notice that it was gone. And that's not true. You know what your gifts and abilities are, and the more that they awaken, the more that you know what they are. So it's like that's energy that can't be stolen. John 1:13, spiritual inheritance of God. Yeah. Yeah. A babe. I don't know what that is. Yeah, of the law, a baby. You're a baby, definitely of the Most High God. And it's funny because God doesn't even consider you to be an adult until you reach the age of 48 years old, which is very random. A bebe. I'm probably saying it wrong. But yeah, they definitely thought that you were not smart enough to figure this out. And this is shit that I'll never put past a human. Humans are very intelligent, most of them. And a lot of the times, their intuition will tell them what's going on. Like your intuition will always tell you what's going on. Um, and so this is why I would never try to do some shit behind somebody's back to trick them or deceive them, because I know for a fact that they'll figure it out. Wow, wrote a whole book about figuring it out. That's amazing. I love that. So we have the King of Wands here. And I feel like this person, well, I feel like you could be King of Wands energy, but I'm getting more Emperor energy from you guys. But whoever this person is, I feel like they were taught this magic by a King of Wands. So there was somebody, this King of Wands taught these people how to put burdens on others and how to use them as a scapegoat. And that's just an illusion, though. Like, that's a Seven of Cups illusions. And this is because these people are in the Five of Swords. They're putting their self-preservation first, which means AKA using you as a scapegoat, as like a sacrifice. Well, again, so the scapegoat ritual that's in the Bible, I think it might be in the Old Testament, but what the Jews would do is they would have two goats, okay? They would perform this ritual. They would cast the sins of their people, which sins are the mistakes of their people, onto one goat, and they would send it out into the desert to Azazel. Then they would sacrifice the other goat to the Most High, or the God of the Bible. I won't say that it's the Most High for sure, but to the God of the Bible, and then their ritual would be done. They would be cleansed of sin, etc. That's how the scapegoat ritual worked. So again, that could be why these people were sacrificing a black animal and why they were trying to use you as a scapegoat. They're basically trying to use that ancient rituals so that, because, and for you, for especially angel guides, you as well, because you have a different genetic makeup than your family. And so, yeah, this is something that I could see them doing, actually. Oh, come on. I said on the table. This is something that we don't see. We don't see a Knight of Wands. Okay, this is the person that is behind this. They are in a secret society. I am picking up Masonic, and I'm also picking up Luciferian, and I'm picking up Illuminati, and I'm picking up Mormon. The fuck? And I'm picking up evangelical, Protestant, and voodoo. So voodoo is a religion. There's probably positive ways to use it. I just don't know anything about that. I only know how to get rid of the bad voodoo. Other than that, I'm not going to waste my time studying it because I already have those as ancestors. So this Knight of Wands in the reverse definitely works for this King of Wands. Okay. So this King of Wands could be the person that initiated this person basically into doing this type of magic. So somebody that's under 40, they have emotional problems. They cannot commit to anything. Not like they're not even committed to this group. Okay. Plus, this group has figured out that I feel like this person stole your energy. Persian Black. No, oh my God. I think that you might have been the Prince of Persia, Ragnarok. That's what I literally just saw. I was just seeing the video game and then the movie. So yeah, you guys are tapping into the right energy, and this is freaking these people out. Holy crap. That's wild. That is wild. The Beast of Ray, I've never heard. Oh, of Revolutions. Okay, that's not a Y, that's a V. Alexander the Great and John the Baptist is the same soul. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I feel like you might have been the Prince of Persia as well. I don't know what that person's name is, but there was the one of that story. You also were the son to the Scorpion King. You used to play Prince of Persia. I think that is so funny. Literally, you're intuitively drawn to what already resonates with your soul. That is just so funny. I think that's awesome. So yeah, this Knight of Wands keeps very dark secrets. They appear successful, but this is an act. This could be somebody that's like, join the Illuminati, you'll get super rich. This person has had to pay for whatever they've been given from the Illuminati and the Illuminati. So yeah, they can be extremely cruel and abusive, promises a relationship, but will leave after he gets what they want. This person goes around sleeping with a lot of individuals. They have a lot of unprotected sex with men, women. It's disgusting. I mean, I'm not saying that gay sex is gross, but I'm just saying that this person's energy, they will have sex with anything. They don't care. I mean, literally, if this King of Wands told this Knight of Wands in the reverse to it that they would get superpowers if they fucked a goat, this person would fuck a goat, and I'm not joking. This is like the type of energy that they hold, that they'll do fucking anything to get some type of power. These people are so weird. So yeah, just count your blessings that you have these spiritual abilities that money cannot buy and that these people want desperately. They desperately want to hold this energy that they don't have. And that's why judgment's getting called on them. This person's extremely cocky and they're very into the way that they dress. It's just wild. Oh my gosh. You were Leonidas. Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I was definitely the wife of Leonidas. I had 2 different lifetimes going on the planet at that lifetime. So I was in that area and I was across the planet in Asia as well. I know the person that was Genghis Khan, and I had an interaction with Genghis Khan and lost my head on the Great Wall of China. But yeah. So yeah, this person, they're very charming, like seemingly, but they're very superficial. This person doesn't have any good intentions for you. I'm not, and whether you're a woman or a man, this person is just, they want to sleep with you for your sacred energy, which is wild. So they definitely swing both ways, which is fine if you're going to be that way. It like, what I feel like is just be who you are. But some people are not being who they are. They're trying to be somebody else, right? Yeah, we've met so many times for sure before that, off planet as well. So I feel like this person, you know, they're charming, but they keep very, very abusive, dark secrets from others. And this is another reason that they're in the Nine of Swords. They may be a trafficker, or they may have a supernatural thing, something attached to them. There's something attached to them that makes them do this stuff. But yeah, this is still about your 4 of Pentacles. You know, this Ace of Swords in the reverse, these people are not protected. They tried to remove your protection so that they could get access to your energy. They are not protected. And I also feel like these people, their root chakra is all blown out. Their mind's racing. They're paranoid. They don't know how to protect themselves, and they don't know how to shield themselves from what nature, because you have to understand that both God and Mother Gaia, the planet and God, need you here. It is so important for you to be here at this time. So anybody trying to remove your protection or take you out, this is going to backfire on them, and they're going to be losing their protection, and they're going to be taken out. This lack of concentration and ability to think clearly, these people can't make a correct choice. Their mind's racing. They have distraction, and they're in an intellectual rut. They also lack insight into the obstacles that they need to overcome to get that this person wants to get on your level. That will never happen because you do the work and they do not. And then, you know, also you have the star quality. These people do not. So they are missing a major piece of the puzzle that it will lead to success, and they don't have it. They're unable to find work that makes them happy. They're always changing jobs. It says taking shortcuts or cheating someone will have a negative effect on your reputation. These people already are getting the blowback, and it's a negative effect on their reputation, because I feel like this King of Wands wants to kick this Knight of Wands in the reverse that just attacked you out of the group, because they thought that this person had abilities and powers that they don't have. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Mithril. Yeah. And you can also use Thor's hammer as well for protection. But yeah, these people definitely were trying to take a shortcut in life by copying you, which is wild and crazy. We got a King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is because they want money from you. So this signify, they want these gifts that you cannot buy. They want it bad. This person hurts others people's feelings. Okay, first of all, this man sleeping with this man and this man. All of three of these men are sleeping with one another. They're in this weird sex group. They change jobs frequently, not successful, erratic mood swings cause conflict over relationships. That's because these men don't know how to feel. These men mistreat women because they don't really want to be with a woman. They want to be with a man, which that's fine if you want to be with a man. Like I said, be who you really are. If you're gay, be gay and be with a man that wants to be with a man, but don't try to hide your life by sleeping with women and infecting them because you hate women because they're not a man. That's extremely abusive and psychotic right there, and doesn't make any sense. So yeah, this person also blames others for his own failures. They overreact to the slightest provocation. This person's out of their, they're in the Ten of Swords. They're in the Ten of Swords with the Three of Swords. Good God, the Three of Swords, this is, the ending of a relationship, cruelty, loss, abuse. Again, what do you think happens when gay or bisexual men turn on one another? They become extremely abusive. Not all of them, but I'm telling you, these ones that are in this group become extremely abusive. The Ten of Swords, like I said, that is just like one of those swords would have done this person in. 10 of them is crazy, Yeah, so it's like they're dumping your energy. What they want to do is they want to extract your energy. They want to switch out energies, but basically that's what they're doing. And then also I feel like it's a backfire, but you have an empathic ability that can pick up on what these people are trying to do. And so that's why you're feeling the energy, but it's not taking you over, right? Like you're not in the Nine of Swords. You're not crying in bed like these people are. Also, these people could have caught some type of STD messing around with one another. This is why you got to be careful and practice safe sex. Like, if you practice masturbation, instead of when you orgasm, sending the energy out of your body, channel that energy so that it goes up the spine and into yourself if you're going to masturbate. But I will tell you that these people use sex magic, and they're waiting for the moment that you decide to touch yourself to where they already have something set up that they're going to try to drain you. So this is definitely the sun bringing illumination to this. And again, this could be a deadly disease that these people caught. Yeah, clairvoyant, empathic, and then cognizant. That's what it is. These people are afraid of you becoming big or becoming known by others. They don't want this to happen. So yeah, they're definitely this is a personal battle that's ending for you from these weirdo men. Their energy is very sickening. I am definitely feeling the energy of like AIDS or something that these people have. Yeah. Ace of Wands in the reverse, double confirmation that their destiny swap in this exchange of energy has backfired. Feelings of exhaustion, low energy, lethargy, and mental dullness. They are over-involved and need to choose between too many commitments, loss of enthusiasm and interest in the very things that have always made them happy. Yeah. This could be whatever demon was fueling them to do all of this weird gay sex magic shit. Like, it's gone now. And so these people are left wide open with no protection. They don't have ancestors. The ancestors have walked away from them. They don't have spirit guides. They literally don't have anything because they were warned so many times to leave you alone, and that contaminating or infecting you with anything is not what is going to be allowed. That's why these people are being shown no mercy, and they're in the Ten of Swords. And God's like literally given them some type of demonic whatever to keep them preoccupied from your energy. Loss of enthusiasm and interest in the very things that have always made them happy. That's a failed destiny swap. Material success doesn't make you happy. So again, they wanted your spiritual abilities so that they could use them to gain material shit. When you're over here using your spiritual abilities to help and heal people, these people have the worst intentions possible. Knight of Pentacles energy. This is somebody that's also attached to this group. This person makes their job the center of their life. This is somebody that could be attached to a religious organization. Traditional values of hard work and public service. On the table, not on the ground. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Like, this is just more of the same confirmation that these people are relentless pursuit of money. These people owe something to someone. They owe the devil something spiritual, and then they owe somebody that's in the physical realm something spiritual. Yeah, a new love is rekindled. Romance may be just an illusion of happiness. This gay romantic shit that they're experiencing is an illusion. You lose something real and enduring if you chase this illusion. Money will not make you happy. Get in touch with your core values. This is exactly what I'm saying. They're going to, like, these people have wives, but they screw around with each other on the side, or they have women that they sleep with. That is going to backfire for them. They're going to lose what's real and enduring, which would have been a relationship with a woman, you know, having an actual womb to create something in life, to produce something. They're going to lose that. And then they're going to be stuck with their reputation being ruined. Okay. Because maybe there are women that are okay with being with gay men, but the ones that I have read for that have gay husbands are not happy. They're extremely unhappy with their lives. Okay. So I would never want a woman to be condemned to have to share a disease with a man that shares his body with other men. That's very, very sad to me. And that shouldn't be happening. Okay, there's the Queen of Wands energy. I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is the feminine energy that we were just talking about that's attached to these people. Now, why these people are all being punished is because even this Queen of Wands spoke out against you in some type of way. And they're attached to this group of men. The Lovers. This is exactly what I'm saying with you have a legit love contract and partnership in this lifetime with an actual twin flame that's supposed to be coming in. These people want to steal that partnership and they want to give it to another man. They want to, so what I said was they want to steal this contract, this spiritual partnership that's coming in, and they want to give that to another man so that, and again, it doesn't make sense, but this is what these people want to do because they don't want to be with women. They want women to basically stand by them, and they want to use them as a cover up, but they don't want women. They don't really want the woman. They just want somebody to cover up what they've been doing, basically, which is sad. It's very sad. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that needs to come out with this deck. The World. Yeah, this is a love contract that will benefit the world and everybody in it. I also feel like you could have a presence online. This is how these people could have become aware of you, but it doesn't have to be online. They could have known you in your personal life. So the World talks about you basically becoming balanced, you getting happiness. You have a positive effect on the world. These people want to have that effect, but they don't do anything positive. So again, not logical. Oh, many gamers know you. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, so this could be from you being online that way. What I know is once they come across your energy, they are like, this is not like anything I've ever felt before. We need to steal this. Regardless of your gender, they see you as a 9 of Pentacles. And I agree, you are 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving energies in the deck. But the 9 of Pentacles, you see how this person doesn't need anybody else? They're pretty much good to go. One more pentacle and they have it all. So again, they see you as the Nine of Pentacles, and anybody that is looking at the Nine of Pentacles like they're an easy way or an easy target is very foolish, because this person did not build those 9 pentacles all at once just by snapping their fingers. This is like hard work that got these pentacles built up for them. And this is why it's the Nine of Pentacles is somebody that's very self-sufficient. I'm also seeing that you have the strength here, that you have a strength that cannot be matched. And these people have tried to step up to your level, but they don't have this angel of strength, basically. Also, I feel like people have tried to test your character. And again, God's not permitting any tests that come from the human race. If these people are trying to test your abilities by sending shit to you to see what you can do, that is not coming from God. That's not a test from God. That's a test from a human. God doesn't want you to even acknowledge anything that like humans are testing you for, if that makes sense. The Magician, this is your energy. You have returned to sender everything that was sent out. They're getting their energy back, and they're going to have to eat their fucking words for what they said about you. And then also this Knight of Wands in the reverse is getting kicked out of this group. They're probably going to be jumped out or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting that most likely these men are going to beat the shit out of this person and kick them out of the group. Which I don't condone physical violence in any way or any form or fashion. And it's never appropriate unless you have to defend your life. Like only in self-defense is physical violence needed or appropriate, right? This person may be forced to have to defend their life against these other people. Yeah, people, and this is the thing, when you have spiritual gifts and ability and other people do not, just know that in general, you are going to, this is why you have to trust in your gifts and abilities so much. Just know that people are going to try you and they're going to gaslight the fuck out of you to make you think that you are not right because they don't want to get caught up for something, to make you think that you're not picking up on the truth. This is definitely a hierophant group involved in this. And a collaboration. And they were using the freaking moon, trying to get their wishes fulfilled, but it's your wishes that are going to be fulfilled. Their wishes would have taken away from you. It would have changed your financial stature. And now it's going to be them that has a major turning point in their finances. It's just the tables turning. Plus, these people are very addicted to drugs and alcohol. I don't know why that keeps coming up almost every day. It's somebody that's got so many addictions, such an addictive personality. I feel like you're moving away from that, and these people are moving towards it. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. These people need to stop, drop, and roll because their ass is about to be on fire. You're fired. These people are getting fired from their jobs. They're losing things. They're losing offers. They're losing money. They're losing clout. It says, avoid a new venture at this time. It's very tempting, but doomed to failure because of money. They're not being practical. Attempting to do everything by themselves stands in their way. They need to trust the expertise and experiences of others. Yes, good for you. Good for you that guys that are sober, that you're celibate. Again, we're not talking. I mean, I absolutely understand. I was gonna say addiction, but possession. What was going to come out of my mouth? But I meant to say addiction. So I understand addiction and I do understand possession, and they kind of go hand in hand. But it still doesn't give these people the right or an excuse just because they've got all these problems to be abusing you. They see you in the Nine of Cups in the Magician getting your wishes fulfilled, and they wanted to change the outcome of that. These people have been losers their entire life. Yeah, you will command the respect and attention of others. This is how you're getting this attention. And so some of it's good and some of it's not good. It says, act decisively, research carefully before making decisions. New creative ideas are needed for success. So you're going to be coming up with new creative ideas, and these people are going to be still trying to use the old ones. Okay, let's see. All right, they're in the tower. I cut the deck on the High Priestess in the tower. They're in the tower right now, currently. This is actually present energy. The High Priestess, this is the energy that you hold. These people did not believe that, and again, high priestess, high priest, the Hierophant is not a priest. They're like a group usually. The high priestess, this is somebody that can go through initiations. Yes, basically what they're waiting for is for you to touch yourself, then they harvest your energy. And that's why when you have an orgasm, the energy flows out of you. But if you can change the flow of it by doing tantra, like breathing techniques, and you can channel your energy and push it up back through you instead of expelling it outward where it could just be soaked up and taken by anybody. This is why you guys need to understand that one drop of sperm is more powerful than 30 drops of blood. Okay. So, like sexual energy, it's what we use to reproduce. It's extremely potent and powerful, very powerful energy. And so, yeah, this is why these people do all this gay, weird activity, masturbation, magic stuff, because they know the power of sex, basically. And that's why I said this could be a sex group. The Wheel of Fortune, you're coming into the Wheel of Fortune. This is, yeah, they think they're going to jack their stinking dick off to you and then be able to steal your Wheel of Fortune. No, like you are in the Wheel of Fortune because the High Priestess, because you know how to transmute energy and you've already been initiated. These people, they need to stop playing with your energy. Page of Cups in the reverse, another very young, immature energy. These people keep initiating young people into their group, which is not cool because they're all sharing a disease. And I'm definitely picking up HIV positive stuff. Like, again, and I'm not dissing anybody that has HIV, but this is a disease that is deadly. If you give it to another person knowing that you have it, you're basically condemning them to death. And that's a lifelong prison sentence. These people don't believe that any of their karma is going to come back on them. And all of this is going to come back on them. Like I said, they had infected a woman, this Queen of Wands energy, with this disease, which is extremely sad. Six of Cups. You could have had nostalgic memories with this person and had no idea when they grew up that they were going to join this cult. It's crazy. All right, let's get one more outcome card. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune to the Four of Wands. You complete your goals. You are getting the prize. Okay, money comes in from work that's completed. You guys are going to be publishing books. You're going to be creating new projects. All this stuff is really, really good. Definitely in alignment right now for that. And then something was done in the March equinox that has already backfired on these people, whatever they were using that energy for. Yeah, sex group that has a disease is a problem. Yeah, that's not very BDSM rule following. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Trust is so important. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you on that. Like, it's very important, especially if you're with BDSM and all of that type of stuff. And again, I'm not dissing any of this stuff. I'm just dissing that these people have AIDS and they're having sexual orgies with one another. Like, that's bad. You know what I mean? That's bad. But yeah, these people definitely want to dominate your energy. And you being a dom, that makes sense to me. Why they're doing this. They want you to surrender. It's retarded. We're going to finish with the crimes deck. True crime oracle cards. I want to see what this has to say. I think that this may expose what they're doing. Because this is like, it becomes an organized crime when they all get together and they talk about it. And wherever they have their meeting hall, that place is bugged. These people are being watched. They're straight up being watched. Yeah, they do. They want you to surrender. They're also in debt. This is a major thing, them being in debt. I feel like anybody that was stealing people's destinies is in debt right now. They're in financial debt. And spiritual debt, of course, because everything comes from spirit. But true debt, being in debt, means that you owe this. They owe the devil. That's the thing. They owe the devil. Yeah, they want somebody to surrender and become submissive that will never do that, like ever. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. They wanted to imprison. Of course, they're about to experience imprisonment, but they, because of their debt, wanted to imprison you. Possibly in the justice system, or maybe they just wanted to abduct you. I mean, this is all about your energy. This is making me think that these people are not even people, that they're fucking creatures instead of people. Every time I think somebody's a person, I find out that it's some type of creature. What did I say with this perversion card? Very perverted. Very perverted. They're like, why won't you just lay down and die, or lay down and let me screw you and give you this disease? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, again, these people, you could live by mountains. It could be very beneficial for you to go to the mountains and just spend a little bit of time there. I'm waiting for it to get a little bit warmer to do that. But these people could also be located by mountains. I'm getting a lot of different states. I'm getting like Rhode Island, New Jersey. I'm also getting the UK. Some of these people could be from the UK. Some of them could be from Australia. Also, some of them could be from France. I don't know why that's coming through. But they're all coming together to do this type of stuff. The energy harvest. Yeah, this is so healing. This is what I'm saying, that you may end up healing. This reminds me of this time, okay, that I was in the mountains and I was just doing a fire, and it was like summertime. There were all these kids playing, and this guy walks up to me. He like gets off his motorcycle. He walks up to me and he's like taking pictures of these kids. Okay. And I didn't know really what was going on, but people they always confess shit to me. He walks right up to me and goes, "Oh, I just come here every year to take pictures of the kids playing in the water." And I looked at this person like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Like why? Oh my gosh. I was so freaking creeped out by that. I just couldn't believe that person came up and said that shit to me. No fucking way. You mean you travel all this way to take pictures of children in their bathing suits playing in the water? What the fuck? So anyways, just reminded me of that moment that like there's been some strange moments, man, that I've had where people say stuff to me that I'm just like, oh my God. Yes, herpes actually. Yes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Wow. I'm sure she does think she's Ishtar and Tamuzi. Oh, she sees you as Tamuzi. Yeah. She's definitely not Ishtar. I was Ishtar. But she thinks that she is. Wow. Yeah, it definitely did go wrong. It definitely did go wrong. That's wild. Yeah, don't really know any celebrities right off my head that I've met that I could feel like. I feel like almost everybody in Hollywood has herpes, to be quite honest. So the fact that you're bringing up the herpes thing, like that's something I intuitively know about, that everybody's got herpes in Hollywood, mostly everybody. So yeah. So there could be healing that takes place in the mountains. You really have met plenty of people who claim to be Ishtar. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I'm sure there's a lot of people that claim that. But they don't really know about Ishtar. Ishtar is like, well, this video is like no mercy. Ishtar is like no fucking mercy to people. She's really, 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 well, just in the when she's trying to get her lover back from the dead, she's like, she just says things that when I go off on people, I just fucking go off. She's like, She's like, I will raise the dead. I will, if you don't give me this man back, if you'll give me Tamuzi back, I will raise the dead, and then I will make them, yeah, her lovey Tammuz, I will make them go after the living and eat the flesh of the living. That's like literally, she's like, I will fucking raise the dead right now. Like literally, you better give him back. And so, yeah, Tamuzi was killed by a wild boar. That's why on Easter, because Easter is Easter, okay? It's that holiday. Also, I came from a white egg, the same white egg. That's how I came to this planet, same white egg that she came from. And that's the whole symbolism of the white egg for Easter, right? Anyways, so why they eat why they eat ham on Easter is a tradition. Yeah, it is a tradition because they want to shame the animal because it was a wild boar that took out Tammuz. I call him Tamuzi, but yeah, took him out. And that just is another reason why pigs are kind of disgusting and repulse me in a way. Even though I still love to eat bacon because it's delicious, grossed out. Pigs, boars, and warthog, all of that stuff. You know, they carry deadly diseases with them. But yeah. Female, again, female healing. This is interesting. Right? Homicide. So again, okay. So this group, like I said, them carrying this disease, giving it to women, that is homicide, right? But I also am picking up on that they, there may have been a woman that also was working with these people. Kind of like a hate campaign. I feel like if you go to the mountains and do a fire, that these people will be pushed out of your energy. Or even if you can go into your backyard and do a little fire, I feel like a fire meditation is really going to help you at this time. Life insurance. So this is why whenever that comes out, I always think maybe it would be a good time to Google yourself and see if anybody's taken out a faulty life insurance policy or if anybody's gotten married in your name. Because these identity thieving people, whatever they are, they're crooks, they will do shit like this. They'll get married in other people's names and they'll try to oppress the original person that they stole their identity so that nobody knows that they stole their identity. And so literally they'll steal people's identities and then unalive them. And that's what I'm seeing here is a complete identity. Yeah. They're living in regret for this homicide. I also feel like they could have taken somebody to the mountains to unalive them. And this person either escaped or they're healing. But there could be somebody that witnessed a homicide because this is definitely giving cult-like vibes. Justice, them being in regret, it's like they're regretting this only because this female that they did this to, I'm getting that somebody passed away and there was more than one woman. There was more than one woman attached to this group. There was probably one woman for each man attached to this group. But yeah, they hate women to the point where they will sacrifice a woman. If they feel like this woman has spiritual gifts or anything like that, they will straight up sacrifice this person and unalive them. And then if it's a man that has spiritual gifts, they'll try to get this person to join their weird ass cult. And then they'll sleep with them and steal their gifts that way or attempt to. Yeah, now they're going to run away from the justice system because there's evidence that's coming out about this. And this may be something that you see on the news. I'm getting that this has happened somewhere where people are French. So maybe, because I know that France colonized lots of other places, but I know Haiti's one. Other than that, I don't know. Oh, and then I guess in the South that they've colonized, but there could be other places as well. that the French have colonized. So I that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like a person that speaks English, but they also have some Creole or French. So it could be in a place that the French colonized. Serial killer, exactly. Or hitman. That should say serial killer or hitman, basically. And no, they did not use a gun to unalive this person. Okay. They used this knife, this homicide knife. They used something like that. And they went way deep into the mountains. Because they went into the mountains because they felt like anywhere else that was a natural thing around them wouldn't have been able to shield the sound of what they were doing, basically. You speak French and English. Wow. They do speak both of that. Yeah. Or New Orleans too. Or that's right. Canada was, I totally forgot about that. Canada was also, I don't know if they were, did Canada have to get free from the French? Like how America had to get free from England. I think it's so funny, like how many countries exist that have an Independence Day because England was a bitch. Quebec is all French. Okay. Yeah. The Redcoats took over. Yeah, they were bastards. Well, they probably still are, actually. Mind control. So yeah, they could have been using mind control on this person. They could have been using mind control on the serial killer to get this person to do this, or mind control on this feminine energy. But I don't feel like it really took with the feminine energy. I just feel like this is a secret. MK Ultra's ass. Stupid ass. I swear to God. Shit pisses me off. MK fucking experimentation type shit. I don't like that. Wedding / marriage. They could have been married to this person. Like I said, they basically killed them by giving them this disease. So they didn't even need a serial killer to sacrifice this person. So yeah, so one of the males in the cards that we just drew, for any police officers that ever come across this, what they did was they married a female for her money. And then they took out a life insurance policy on this person. And then they tried to mind control them so that they would go out into the mountains with them. And they, this secret marriage wedding thing, they rushed this female into getting married and then took their life in the mountains. And then they're, I don't feel like they have collected the life insurance money yet because technically this female is still missing. But their next intention within the next 6 months of whenever you see this video is going to be when they try to apply to get that money from the life insurance. And with this person still being missing and there's no evidence of a death occurring, they are not going to get the life insurance policy. Okay. Because this person's just going to be considered missing. They should have thought about that. They should have thought about that before they disposed of this person's body. Inside. They could have been working with somebody on the inside, and this is what they do though. I legitimately feel like this is very similar to an intention that the police held for me, was to get a life insurance policy and to take my ass the fuck out. But I have a serial killer that watches me all the time and they watch over me. So thank God for that one person, because this person would not allow anybody to do that to me. But this is sad that this female didn't have anybody protecting them. Faked death. This is what I'm saying. So this fake death energy is showing me that these people, after they get this life insurance money, which is going to be revoked because something will come out about this person, whatever time frame they have to wait, they're going to fake their death. This is something that hasn't happened yet. They're going to fake their death and run away with this money. That's what they plan on doing. And then they're going to change their name and they're going to do this same exact shit to somebody else. These people really need to be careful. I'm telling you, this accident card. Yeah, Acadia predates. Okay. Yeah, America and Canada. Wow. So yeah, this accident card, I'm telling you, they may fake their death saying it by faking an accident, putting that, whatever. I don't want to go into faking death, but yeah, that's what they're going to do. This is not going to go the way that they think it is. This may end up on the mail. This may end up on the mail. This may end up on the news. Money. They're doing this all for money. It's all for money, basically. This life insurance thing, it's all for money. That's what they want. And the sick thing is that this person's already done this 2 or 3 times to somebody else in different countries. They just go to different countries. They get a new name. They get fake documents. All right. Is there anything else that needs to come out in this reading? So just be aware. Caregiver. They act like they're a caregiver to somebody who has something that they can gain from. So after this person gets their money, they may become a caregiver to some other person and hide their identity. Yeah. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, Ragnarok. Look at that right there. Tunnel. Now this shit just takes on a whole nother meaning to me because of your dream. You're intuitively getting information about this. Wow. Wow. Hi, BC. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to do like 2 more cards and then I'll let you guys go. That like really, yo, tunnel? Oh my God. That's crazy. Yeah, seriously. It is a nightmare for your enemies. Wow. And water. Was there water in the tunnel? I feel like there could have been in parts of it. Wow. All right, let's do one more. Neighborhood. So yeah, this does have to do something about being around the area. Legal proceedings. This is going to cause legal proceedings. Wow. So it could have been a community that was trying to do this, that had planned to assassinate this female energy. I'm picking up on a female that's very gifted. This is going to cause them to have to go to court for what they planned and for whatever they did, because I do feel like somebody did pass away that was a feminine. And then I feel like somebody else has AIDS, which is basically it's basically cursing them forever, because I don't think you can get rid of AIDS, right? Oh, great. You had a dream where you got to visit your grandma. That's amazing. I love it. Sometimes those are the most important dreams because your grandma will come forward and tell you things about yourself. That's so awesome. So yeah, wow. There was some water and lots of rubble. Yeah, lots of bodies. Wow. Knives and blades. Wow. And you were seeing through a woman's eyes. Yo, I just literally pulled your dream right here in these cards. That is crazy. Wow. Wow. You were on a mounted gun. That's badass. Oh my gosh, that's so wild. Wow. Yeah, no, this is amazing stuff, you guys. I mean, it's not good for these people, but things are going to work out perfectly for you. All right, you guys, thank you for being here with me today. Please like the video, share it if you feel compelled to, hit that notification bell so that you're notified of every time that I go live. You don't want to miss out on the messages that Spirit has for you. Okay. Yes, they got Molly Bop. They did attack last night. That is so wild that that deck just pulled your dream. That was so wild. And the picture of the not assassinator, what are they called? Not hitman, serial killer, was somebody that was like with a sniper rifle. So that's just wild. Wow. So some of you guys had good dreams and some of you guys had crazy violent dreams. Wow. Well, I will be excited to talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, also, I have another platform, which is the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. That's what it's called. So whenever I leave this channel, I usually go over there just to let you guys know. Wow. Boom, magic. I like it. I like it. Wow. In a trench coat. Never worn a trench coat before, but that's quite interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Matrix, actually. Wow. Awesome stuff, you guys. Okay. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. I'm sending you air hugs and lots of love. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Have a wonderful Saturn's Day. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.